Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. My name, of course, is Mr. Copper. You can call me Copper. That's just fine. I hope all of you are doing fine this wonderful evening. No, I'm not dressed in a suit like you might imagine I should be. My suit is currently not on me. So yeah. But it's really not about what you wear. It is a small part of being a gentleman. Displaying yourself in a certain light, how you want to be perceived by your fellow human beings. But a lot of being a gentleman really is the internal. It is what's on the inside. It's how you it's the energy that you exude. It is the vibe. What the youngins are saying these days, the vibe. It's the vibe that you put out when you're in a room. It's how you treat other people. Being a gentleman is it's very easy. I will not embellish too much. Well, I might embellish a little bit, but anyway, I thought that maybe we would have less class clowns. Like, it occurred to me. Earlier I was pondering on why it is I have so many, let's call them ill-minded individuals that find it necessary, find it entertaining, entertaining, not necessary, because it is unnecessary. There's a lot of people that find it humorous to irritate someone who is trying to educate others, innocently. And I figured out, after much pondering... Alright, Holly B, hello. Holly B has been a member for 7 months in a row, and she said, "Hope our wife is having a lovely evening." Winky face. Very humorous joke, Holly. Of course, she is referring to my wife, Aubrey, the lovely Miss Aubrey. But yes. Anyway, as I was saying, I was doing some pondering, and it occurred to me, it dawned on me. I had an epiphany, if you will. Well, not an epiphany, but anyway, I had an idea. My idea was, perhaps the reason I have so many immature people on my stream is because they were never given the tools to become mature. They might be a bunch of college, age young adults, but they are still acting very immature. And the only reason why this would be the case was because they were not perhaps raised right, or they were not, maybe perhaps manners were not something that was, an importance in your households growing up. As a lot of you know, I was largely raised by my grandmother, who I have always referred to as Mimo. Rest in peace. And it wasn't just Mimo that raised me. Of course, at one point in time, I had a living mom and dad, and I also have other grandmas and grandpas and whatnot, and my family. I don't know if I would say they stressed the importance of manners and things like that, but I certainly learned them. I certainly learned manners growing up. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Please. Yes, sir. No, sir. Thank you. Excuse me. Pardon me. May I be excused from the table? I need to go to the washroom. Instead of, I gotta take a shit. Like, you don't say that at a dinner table. Certain things like that. Maybe perhaps you are not versed in the fine arts of refinement. I know a lot of people see me on stream. They see me raising my voice. Maybe perhaps they see me, spitting, even though I don't spit really that much. And yeah, I'm aware that I can act kind of a bit unseemly sometimes, but that is only in fits of, not rage, but fits of frustration. And we all handle things our own way. I'm working on certain things. Part of being a gentleman is knowing that, no one's perfect, or at least none of us human beings are perfect, and it's being willing to accept that you are not perfect, that you have flaws, but also be willing to work on those flaws. That's a sign of maturity. Now, we're going to be discussing ways you can be mature. Ways you can be, not mature, a gentleman. So, just a few examples, because we're going to dive into this into great detail. But a few examples, of course, when, walking with your spouse or your partner. I'm talking to the gentlemen right now, not the ladies. And yes, and before we get into all this, let me explain something. Because I know there's going to be a few of you that are going to start spouting off and saying this stuff. I am a feminist still, okay? When I speak in a way that seems almost degrading to women, it is certainly not the case. It is not meant to be degrading or belittling to women. I am speaking about being a gentleman, a classy gentleman. And with being a gentleman, there are certain things that you do or you do not do when it comes to your woman, your partner, your female partner. There are certain things that you shouldn't do. So anyway, here and I'll say, here's an example, okay, of something that you should not do. If you're a gentleman, and I've said this before, and I said this earlier on my Discord server, this is one of the things that I do with Aubrey, and a lot of you might be surprised. But again, let me reiterate, let me emphasize here, I am still a feminist, but I'm also a gentleman. And those things are not incompatible. Okay? It's not like you can't be one, like, if you're the other. Like, it's not like they're gonna cancel each other out. Anyway, so when you're walking down the street, okay, and you're on, like, a road, like, maybe you're in a city, maybe you're taking your spouse out on a nice night on the town, maybe to a jazz bar, maybe to a comedy club, okay, maybe to a nice restaurant for a nice date, nice evening. Let her get dressed up very well, have a beautiful dress on, perhaps. Make her feel like the most beautiful, most special person in the whole world, because to you, she should be. But yeah. So, you take your spouse on a night on the town, gentlemen, and what you should be doing is you should not be letting her walk near the road. Like, so if there's a road, let me just do this, okay? I'll screenshot something. Let me just open up a road. Okay? City, street. Bird's eye view. Okay. Here we go. This will do. This will do just fine. Okay, let me go into the, so, if you're walking down the street, okay, say you just left the restaurant or something, you should not be, so I'll make the blue and the pink, I'll use traditional colors, okay, even though I think it's stupid. So the man who is blue should be walking closest to the road, and the girl, or the female, the woman, should not be close to the road, okay? So she should always be over here, and the gentleman should always be over here. She should not be near the road. You should protect her, keep her safe from getting hit by a car, keep her safe from being splashed by water. Maybe a car drives by, hits a puddle. Just in general, it's a common courtesy. It's being decent, okay? So you should always make sure she is walking on your, so you're facing this way. She should be, if the road's over here, she should be over here. Road on one side, woman on the other. Okay? Now, and y'all should be next to one another. You shouldn't be having her, you should never walk in front of a woman. In fact, it's actually mannerly to let a woman walk in front of you. You know what I mean? You should walk behind a woman sometimes. It depends on the situation, but you should definitely be at equal level, but like, it's rude to walk ahead of a woman. That's rude. It's belittling. Okay, that's another thing. So she shouldn't be back here and you up here, okay? Y'all should both be equal, okay? What are you saying in the live chat? Harold O'Clock? America has freedom. Use it, don't lose it? What are you talking about, weirdo? Those colors are sexist. Ugh, piss off. Anyway. So that's one example. Okay? And that's just a very quick little simple example of what you should not do with your partner. Now, another thing a lot of you have heard, okay? Always hold the door for your spouse, okay? Always hold the door for your spouse. It's just decency. Like, if you want women to act like ladies, men, you have to act like gentlemen. You cannot be a prick, a cheating douchebag who sits around all day scrolling through TikTok, picking his belly button, picking his ass, smelling his own shit. Like, ugh. You're repulsive, and you expect a woman to act a certain way. You're hypocritical. You're full of yourselves. You lack the skills required to have a classy woman. You do not deserve. That's the hard truth a lot of you don't understand. Is that you don't deserve a classy lady.
I'm a fanboy, you know that it's true. I'll be shaking my ass on cam in my room, making all this bread so I can pay all my bills. If you can make 5K, you do it too.
Now watch how I react.
Hopper, have you heard of the channel Gentleman's Gazette? Seems like you're stealing their content, but anyway, real question. The nip clips that Aubrey wants are the black ones? Or the pink ones? Things gonna get freaky in the cabbie house.
First of all, I'm going to refuse to respond to this comment because this person is being incredibly disrespectful and a degenerate. So, again, let me state this, okay? A lot of you, and here, this is a fine example, as a matter of fact. That was a great example. So, Brass Bus, that just spoke about someone else's spouse, someone else's wife's private parts. That is incredibly disrespectful. It is it's very rude, and it's not classy. It makes you look shameful. You bring shame upon yourself when you do that. You reek of desperation, and I don't mean that as an insult. It's just an observation. When you talk like that, you come across as unseemly, desperate, a degenerate. It's degeneracy. This is what I'm talking about, folks. You're not a gentleman, and therefore you're not going to get a fine lady. It's just not going to happen. And if we were standing across from one another, physical combat might ensue, because I'm not going to allow some guy to talk about my wife in a sexual manner. Not in my presence. Like, you can laugh and, you can, and I'm not sitting here trying to make myself sound tougher, because I know I'm tough. I know that. I don't need to prove it to you. I'm a gentleman. I know this. None of you really know what it means to be a true alpha male. You have this idealized cartoon image in your head of a base to Giga Chad or a, it's a cartoon. It's a caricature. It's a caricature. It's not, you're not actually being an alpha male. You're not being a Chad. You're not being classy. You're a cartoon. You're a clown. You're a buffoon. Don't you ever want to act better? Like, don't you ever want to, like, strive to be better than what you currently are? Because when you sit around, and I know it's like the internet. People don't take the internet seriously. Everyone this generation, all of you are cynical. Not all of you, literally. Maybe some of you agree with what I'm saying, and that's fine, and I appreciate that. But it doesn't change any of the facts. The fact of the matter is that the majority of you, especially the class clowns, are degenerate morons. And I don't even mean that as an insult, but you are moronic. You're degenerate. You're a degenerate. You are lacking maturity. You sit around throwing insults, spamming letters and numbers on a stream. talking about someone's wife online? That's so weird. A gentleman doesn't spend his time going on the internet, staring at their phone screen, giggling like an immature brat about someone's wife being insulted. Or it's really gross. And so, it is what it is. There's going to be a lot of people that are not going to take me seriously. And you know what? That has absolutely no bearing or impact on my life in any way. You taking me seriously really has no effect on me at all. You can choose to listen to me or not. I don't really care. But the fact of the matter is, and it's an observable fact, that a lot of you are just completely immature brats. And you want things, but you're unwilling to change yourself or work on yourself so that you can get to the level where you actually deserve those things that you desire. If you want a classy lady in a sundress and a nice hat or whatever, I don't know what you want in terms of a classy partner. You've got to be classy yourself. I mean, it starts with you, right? Well, maybe it doesn't start with you. I don't know. The point is that people like Brass Bus are just weird and gross and trashy. That's all that tells me. So when you bring up my wife, it just tells me what kind of a person you are. And when I put it that way, it kind of makes me less angry. I'm just kind of like, oh, okay. So I should just completely discount your opinion and not pay you any attention, because why should I? You're not worthy of my attention. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Brass Bus, you're legitimately, and I don't even mean this to be mean, not that I care to explain that, but you're not worthy of my attention. You're not. You're not. Maybe one day you will be. And whether or not you care about being worthy of my attention, that doesn't affect me at all. I don't care if you care or not. I do not care if you care or not. I'm just informing you, because you're the one making comments like that about my wife. You are not worthy of my genuine attention or care. You're trashy. You are. You're actual trash. So you're like the kind of people that you might find on like Jerry Springer. You're a cartoon. You're a clown. You're trashy. White trash. So anyway, as I was saying, excuse me, I'm actually, why are we taking from the advice from, here, I'll read this comment and I'll react. I'll respond. Copper's anal prolapse.
Yes,
Don't,
Daddy.
It's funny how earlier you were screaming and jumping around like a chimpanzee. 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 Chimpanzee.
as I was saying, Copper's anal prolapse donated to. I appreciate that. They said, why are you, or, pardon me, why are we taking advice from the definition of all simps? Men, be sure to remind your woman to smile and make you a sandwich after she's done pleasuring you. This has been a daily lesson from Copper's loose binghole. You see that? That's from Copper's, that is from the user Copper's anal prolapse. Presumably a male who has named himself after my asshole. And is talking about, men, be sure to remind your woman. Come on, none of you, come on. You think you have a woman that's going to put up with that? And if you do, that's unfortunate for her. But you're not a gentleman. You're not going to, it's not, perhaps, in fairness, maybe perhaps there's some women out there that are into that. Maybe they like that. Maybe it's a kink. And I'm not shaming that. That's okay. But if you sincerely want a partner and you think that this is all funny and like, ha ha ha, it's really not. All this kind of sexism and chauvinism, it's really just, it's tired. It's really tired. It's not really that funny. It's, I mean, after a while, it's uncreative. It's like, you know. But again, Copper's anal prolapse is just showing you their IQ, their kind of creative a lot of you have kind of a creative boundary that you just can't seem to get across. It's like you kind of fall back on the same jokes, the same regurgitated stuff that you see another class clown spew. You're not really saying anything. You're not really doing anything that warrants my attention. You're just, calling me a simp because I spent a lot of money on Belle Delphine, which, that is what it is. Okay? It is what it is. Should I have spent 60 grand nearly on Belle Delphine? No, I should not have, but, I made mistakes and I learned from my mistakes. I don't do that anymore. But in fairness, not that I feel the need to defend myself to you, I was supporting someone that I liked a lot. A lot of people spend a lot of money on going to Disneyland and other things like, Disney Plus or like cosplay. Some people are big fans of cosplaying. And they make a lot of money. They spend a lot of money on their passion, So I was a fan of Belle Delphine. She is a very famous and creative content creator. She's not just a porn star. I know that's kind of what she does these days. I'm aware she's kind of not fallen into that. I don't want to say fallen, because that has like negative connotation. Belle Delphine, of course, is she's kind of an adult performer now. Still a bit of a performance artist, but when I was supporting her like I was, she wasn't doing the nudity stuff, really. It was more teasing and just kind of like a pinup star, from the old days, like a pinup model. But whatever. I mean, I'm not knocking her. That's her choice. It's her body, her choice. She has her own body. And if she wants to be naked, she can be naked. That's her choice. I'm not saying that it's classy to do that. But, I mean, not everyone, some people are going to be what they want to be. As far as Max telling me, it's funny how earlier you were screaming and jumping around like a chimpanzee, again with the chimpanzee joke. That is not even funny anymore. You're not being funny. It's just... Can y'all, be a bit more creative? Just calling me chimpanzee. That was, from 2021. It was, a year and a half ago. 2 years. Come on. Come on, y'all. Shiny. Chimpanzee. Cucky cab. Cucker cab. Cooper. Come on. What did Kanye say? It's not funny anymore. Try different jokes. You know what I mean? And Caillou.
You're getting to be a big boy.
It's just not funny anymore.
I'm just a kid who's 4. Each day I grow some more. I like exploring. I'm Caillou.
Anyway.
So many.
So I've got a few more things I want to go over here. Cobbergins, you call us degenerates, yet you support a kid-sniffing geriatric cryptid as being your president, loser. I'm not a loser, and I don't really support Joe Biden anymore.
Social justice, 1, 2, 3.
So, I've said that.
BBC. It's just the way to be for me and you. Your hateful slurs are through. I call woo-woo on you.
Anything else? Anything else? Okay, now someone's moaning in my ear. Okay, that's great. Copper, on a personal level, I agree it's inappropriate and messed up bringing up your wife in a sexual manner. Oh, wow. Somebody showing some semblance of intelligence and maturity. What a surprise. However, the fact that you spend most of your streams gaslighting the clowns with this smug, condescending attitude is a mood killer. Agree, maybe? No, I do not agree. Respectfully. I am aware that sometimes I can be a bit smug. Probably the first time I've ever said that. I'm aware. I'm actually quite self-aware. And I'm probably a lot more aware than a lot of you know. Or might think. I'm aware that I come across that way sometimes. But in my defense, the clowns start shit with me, and I just don't appreciate it. So I have this kind of attitude that I can get sometimes, and maybe it's a defense mechanism. I don't know if it's a defense mechanism, but like, you know, they're smug. The clowns are smug. All of you watching, all of you probably think that you're better than me. Tell me I'm wrong. Every last one of you probably think, oh, I'm better than Copper Cap. I watch Copper Cap. I'm going to laugh at him. Look at him. Look at the fat ginger simp. So if I want to be smug, I'll be smug. Because all of you think you're better than me. I'm sure you do. Well, guess what? I know I'm better than you. I don't think it. I know it. Because you are the ones coming on here to watch me. And that's not why I think I'm better than you. Because it's got nothing to do with content creator bullshit. Who gives a fuck about the YouTube shit? What you're coming... The thing is that you come on here to watch me, to mock me. That's why I think I'm better than... Because I don't go to you. I don't come to you to mock you. To belittle you. To think I'm better than you. I don't go out of my way to do that. That tells me that you have some insecurity and that you come here to kind of take it out on me. You're like schoolyard bullies. You've got something going on at home maybe. I don't know. That's awful if you do. I'm sorry to hear that. But like, I am not your enemy. I'm not. So yeah, I'm going to be a bit smug sometimes. Because I deserve to be smug sometimes. Because you're all fucking smug to me. You don't show me any respect at all. None. You don't. Not really. There are a few times, rare occasions, and I really do appreciate it, and I always say I do. When, like, I lost my channel briefly. Wrongfully. YouTube apologized publicly. It was wrongful. It wasn't a legitimate termination, but at the time it was scary. I was scared. I cried. I was really upset. It was actually quite devastating for me. 13 years of your work gone like that. Not good. Social media is probably not good for any of us, okay? The fact that I reacted like that I had invested all this time on YouTube and spent so much time creating this channel experience, whatever you want to call it, and to have it all just go up for no reason, no explanation. I was very upset. And guess what? All of you, and I say all of you, maybe not some of you, but all of you came to my defense, and I really appreciate that. And I'll never forget that, by the way. I'll never forget that. But and I'll always appreciate that. It wasn't all of you, not just all of you, but like big YouTubers, Keemstar, Scarce, I think Moist Critical, Me Mudahar from Some Ordinary Gamers. All kinds of people were making videos, tweeting about it, all kinds of things. It was really a big deal on the internet. And for a split second, I was viral again. Not that I wanted to be, but it was just like and not for a reason that I'd want to be viral, but just for a second. And it was really nice to kind of know that the community had my back, even though I get a lot of shit from the community. At the end of the day, it seemed like they cared about me. So I appreciate that. But you're talking about Rodriguez. This is a long-winded response to your comment, but whatever. And I appreciate the $2 donation. But yeah, no, I don't try to gaslight you. You're all rude to me, and you're smug to me, and you think you're better than me. So obviously I'm going to be a bit smug sometimes. It just is what it is, okay? And when I said I know I'm better than you, that was just me being smug. I think that nobody is better than anybody, really. Like, we're all human beings, and we all should be treated equally with the same equal respect. But you have to give respect to get respect, okay? Respect just doesn't go just one way. Saif Rashed, how to become Mr. Simpistan from the Simp Swamp. Copper Ginge donated too. You call us degenerates, yet you support a... Oh yeah, I already read this comment. No, I don't... I know... I'm not a big fan of Joe Biden anymore. I think... I already thought that this was kind of common knowledge. I'm not a big fan. He's not very... He's not really been a great president, okay? Republican, Democrat, doesn't really matter. I don't really care anymore about that stuff. I'm not joining... You know, I don't... I think the whole two-party system's kind of a joke anyway at this point. It's just meant to kind of divide and conquer the entire the people of the nation. give you the illusion of choice, make you think that, oh, blue team, red team, blue team, red. And then there's the people in Washington, the people that are actually running the show. They don't really care about you, Republican or Democrat. They don't really care. They just want you to vote for them, and they want their, the bureaucracy. They want their lobbyists to give them money. Maybe I'm being cynical. Disregard all those comments about red team, blue team, Republican, Democrat, and politics. Disregard all that, because that's kind of a somewhat uneducated opinion on it all. Not completely uneducated, but anyway, the two-party system's kind of goofy. Okay, so am I a Democrat? Whatever. I don't really care for the labels, in terms of politics anymore. And as far as Joe Biden, no thanks. And I would say the same thing about Trump. So, whatever, dude. You're not gonna fool me. I'm not gonna get fooled by that. I'd love to teach you some more things about being a gentleman if you shut the fuck up! I'm a fanboy. Excuse me, sorry about that. I'm starting to get a little irritated. I'm getting a little pissed off now, okay? You're testing my fucking patience, okay? It's been a half an hour. We've been streaming for 30 minutes. You're starting to piss me off.
And even if I look so dumb, I don't really care. I'll still be dreaming one day.
I'm gonna cuss, so I'm gonna keep a good vibe, okay? Good attitude. I'm gonna be a gentleman. I'm going to set the example for all of you. I'm gonna be cool, okay? Max super chat a Canadian, I think, $6.99. I appreciate that. I've apologized. Max said I've apologized in the past and stuck up for you. Well, I appreciate that, Max. You still told me to shut up. Of course, I'm going to continue to troll. Max, shut the fuck up. No, I'm kidding. Of course. I don't remember that. I don't remember telling you to shut up after you apologized. If a class clown genuinely apologized to me, I wouldn't tell him to shut up. I'm pretty quick to forgive people. I'm a very forgiving person. I find it important to be able to forgive other people that have wronged you. You don't have to forget. You don't have to be their friend. You don't have to invite them over to your house. If like an old friend wronged you and you stop being friends with them, you don't have to, you don't have to make yourself vulnerable to being hurt again, but you can still forgive them. And then respectfully, just kind of, you can distance yourself respectfully from people. If you just don't feel like they're good for you, There are some people out there that you might have a hard time letting go of, but they're toxic. And those kinds of people can be hard to get rid of sometimes. Yeah. It's like, oh, but we've been friends for so long and blah, 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 blah. But, hey, look. If they're bullies, if they don't make you feel good about yourself, if they're really, really mean to you and they're rude to you, then, it's just like, why? You don't have to distance yourself from, you don't have to do all that. You don't have to distance yourself from anybody, but, like, you don't have to let them be mean to you. Anyway, Mariah Bray donated 3 and said, "Stunning and elegant. You really know how to capture a heart, but don't take my text as flirting. I just really respect you as a person and hope to continue support." Oh, I appreciate that, Mariah. Mariah donated 3. I appreciate the $3 too. She said, "By the way, someone said you were like this M-word character." Okay, please do not say M-I-D-G-E-T. It's the little person. Which, can I just say, little person seems a bit offensive too. I don't know. But that's the word that they like to be, phrase. What is this?
It's terrorism.
Isn't that a popular word these days? Not
Not to worry. We've prepared a special ritual for you.
What the fuck is this? I'm not like that at all. That's really mean. Why would you say that? I wasn't being mean to you at all, and you just went out of your way to be rude to me. Whatever. See, Mariah, I can tell that you're doing that to make fun of me, to try to poke fun at me. So that tells me that you are not a classy lady, okay? So your opinion and your jokes mean nothing to me. Moving on. Mr. Rodriguez donated to, well, of course we're coming here to watch you. We're here to see Copper Cab, not Michael Cottrell. What are you talking about, Michael Cottrell? That's my name. But I go by Copper Cab. The fuck? It's the same person. It's all part of your gimmick. Okay, no. It's not. You know, I stopped explaining this a long time ago, but I'll just say, I'm going to try to keep it real quick and simple here. I am not a character. This is not a gimmick. I am not a wrestler. I am apparently a very misunderstood person. I have been misunderstood for quite a long time. I get upset sometimes. Understandably, if you actually have seen all the things that I've seen online, like the comments that have been left on my channel, and the things people say to me on Discord and every other platform. And people, for some reason, like to pick on me, and then they find my reactions humorous. I don't try to be funny. I'm not a fucking comedian. I'd be on the stage doing stand-up if I was a comedian. If I was like a professional YouTuber, I'd be doing videos regularly. But anyway, no, I use YouTube as a platform to vent my frustrations and kind of, I don't know, sometimes vlog when I'm feeling like it. Like when it started out kind of like an online diary. So I've always kind of had a regular upload schedule. Like I said, I was never looking for the fame or anything. Well, I didn't say that, but I never was really clout chasing the internet or whatever before that was even a phrase, but I don't know, whatever. How old is that phrase anyway? But anyway, whatever. I don't care. You can believe me if you want. You don't have to. That used to really piss me off, but nowadays I don't care. Like, people used to leave a lot of comments that were seemingly compliments. People would say like, greatest troll of all time, things like that. Like on the trans video, Claire. And like legendary troll. Like, a lot of people call me a troll. Don't think I don't see these comments. And these comments have like thousands and thousands of likes. Like one person leaves a comment on a video, and then thousands of people see it, and they immediately go, "Oh, that's it. Oh, he's a troll. He's joking. It's a comedy. It's a bit." Because of a comment, not from me. You didn't hear me say that. Like, I'm not talking to you one-on-one. You never had a conversation with me offline. You just read a random person on YouTube in a comment section and immediately, "Oh, that's it." Come on, okay? Come on. Get serious for a second. Do you know how not even how life works? Do you know how the world, like, do you understand the concept of talking to a person to get to know them and not just assuming something about them from someone else? That's how rumors start. That's how stories get spread that are not true. Whatever. I used to get really upset about it, but now I just don't. Now I just don't. I don't get upset because I can't help what people think about me. If you want to think that I'm a performance artist or a troll, I've read the Andy Kaufman comparisons. Although, where the fuck are you even drawing that comparison? I mean, as far as I know, he was a pretty brilliant performance artist, I guess. I watched Man on the Moon because I kept getting these comments comparing me to a guy named Andy Kaufman, and that, like, oh, he's like he's lost in the character, or he's like a character, he doesn't break character, blah 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 blah. And if I laugh or something sometimes, that's me breaking character. No, I just find something fucking funny. It's not that damn deep. It's not that serious, y'all. Sometimes I laugh at something I shouldn't. That's not me saying that I'm... That's not me... Relax. I'm not perfect. Sometimes I find something problematic funny. Yeah, you just heard me say that. Because I'm human. And I'm not perfect. And I still have parts of me that I need to work on. I'm not always mature, okay? I still try, and that's what matters. I still try to be a gentleman. But no, I'm not like Andy Kaufman, nor do I want to be a performance artist. I'm not a comedian. I'm not a joke. I'm not a troll. I'm not a blah, 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 blah. So, again, with the gimmick comment, Mr. Rodriguez saying that, oh, it's all a part of your gimmick. No. Wrong. Objectively, respectfully, you're wrong. We troll you because we love your angry character, but as a person, every one of us had your back when you lost your channel. I appreciate that, but you're also wrong, though. In your same comment, you're just wrong. Now, you can choose to believe me or not. That's your choice. I don't want to waste my time. I've tried to explain this to people. So, whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't really control you cannot control what other people think about you. So do not invest time and energy getting upset about that. You cannot control it. Accept the things that you can't change and have the courage to change the things that you can and that you want to change. So, I can't control what you think about me. So whatever, okay? It has no bearing or effect on my life anyway, so fuck it. Whatever, dude. Moving on. Copper's newest fan donated too. Hey, Copper, you're a really nice guy. Thank you. I changed my mind on your streams. You're funny. Disregard what I said earlier on Discord. Oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I think I know who you are from the Discord server. I appreciate it. That's a very kind comment. Appreciate that. Okay, and now here comes the robots. Here comes the fucking robots.
3 cheers for Baldy Locks. Hip hip, hooray. Hip,
Don't
hip,
call me
hooray.
fucking Baldy Locks, asshole!
And 1 for luck.
You show me some fucking respect! Shut up! Excuse me? Shut the fuck up! I'm talking! Excuse me, shut the fuck up now? Okay, Paleo? Don't call me Baldy Locks. Like Goldilocks, really fucking funny, okay? It's not funny. I'm talking! I'm talking right now! Not you, me! You don't use the fucking bottom talk. I've been very respectful and nice to all of you. I have not raised my voice once. We're going on an hour, 49 minutes I've been streaming. Well, probably like 39 minutes because there was a bit of a long intro, but stop, okay? I'm trying to be nice, and you are testing my patience. Brass? Excuse me, I'm
Your
talking!
ego has grown by leaps and bounds.
It's
In
got
fact,
nothing to do
it's
with
so
ego,
big that it's
dumbass.
starting to match your level of hypocrisy. Lolo, sorry for what I said earlier as I misspoke. What I meant was, do you prefer the black or pink nippy clamps? Let me know, kiss kiss.
White trash. White trash. White trash
Copper,
alert.
isn't this supposed to teach us
Fuck
how
off,
to
Brass
become
Bus.
more refined? We are here waiting to learn from you.
I'm
If
trying
you
to
are
teach
ranting
you,
about a
Brooke.
comment. Maybe instead of carrying on about it, you could try to hold back your ginger rage and actually
Don't you
teach
fucking
us
talk.
something.
Don't you say, yo, bang your ginger rage. Come here, Brooke. Come here. Suck this nipple. Come here, Brookie. Come here, Brookie Wookie. I'm joking. I don't want you to suck my nipple. Fuck you, Brooke. Don't. Excuse me. Okay, Brooklyn. I am going to teach all of you how to be... I am going to teach all of you how to be refined, but you must shut the fuck up. Okay? Alright, cool. Thank you. Now, Brass Bus. Man, your ego's grown by leaps and... Shut up, dude. In fact, it's so big, it's starting to match your level of hypocrisy. What hypocrisy? How am I being a hypocrite right now? Do I seem hypocritical? I've been very nice. I've been very, well-spoken, I would say. I have tried to conduct myself in a very pleasant, non-condescending manner. And if you're getting upset by that or being like, oh, you're such an egotistical, that's showing you're insecure. Brass bus, your insecurity is not my problem. If you see me as this egomaniacal individual that's like larger than life, I don't know how to describe. I don't know how you perceive me. But clearly you seem to have some insecurity problems. Okay? Because you're like taking it out on me or something. I'm not your whipping punching bag, whatever you want to call it. I'm not your punching bag. I'm not your punching bag. I'm not, and I'm never gonna be. So just stop, okay? You're clearly insecure. Clearly. And that's not my problem, and it's not my fault. So let it go, dude, okay? And don't talk about my wife. You know, you feel real confident behind a screen, online trolling like some degenerate, talking about another man's wife. Like, that's so uncalled for. It reeks of degeneracy. You're a part of the problem. You know, when people are like, I sure would like it if men and women would be classy again, and women would dress up in sundresses and act like a lady and, you know, be discreet, you know, instead of just flashing everyone, blah, blah, blah. Well, you're probably like one of those people, you know. Yeah, well, anyway, you know, but, you know, you're just, yeah, you're not classy. So again, your opinion doesn't matter to me. Your opinion is irrelevant, completely irrelevant, like totally irrelevant. So I'm actually done responding to you. I'm not going to waste my time responding to some douchebag. BBM donated too. Amber poop emoji is losing another lawsuit she's trying to bring up against the people who try to defend her. Just recently heard about it. By the way, BBM stands for Big Black Male, you fruit cup. I don't care. Whatever, dude. Whatever, dude. I'm not talking about Amber Heard. Or Amber Turd. Whatever, okay? I don't appreciate anyone bullying anybody, okay? Women can abuse men in relationships, too. It's not like women are unable to be manipulative and crazy. Like, women can do that too. Women are not perfect either. I'm a feminist, and I'm saying that. Women are not perfect either. We can all mature, and we can all grow, and we can all be better people. But I don't treat women as a whole. I don't treat them as like some kind of like one entity, like, or not entity, like one woman. Like, not all women are the same. Not all men are the same. Individuals, okay? Responsible for yourself. Right. Paleo 101 to get to the Rotten Egg membership. Lovely. And so, yeah. So let's get back to the tips, okay? Let's get back to what we were talking about.
I'm a fanboy, you know that it's true. I'll be shaking my ass on the couch in my room, making all this bread so I can pay all my bills. If you can make 5K, you do it too.
Tigers suck, lions are better. Also, hi.
Hi. Hello. Okay. Okay. Can we fucking stop for a second? Can we stop? Can we all agree that this is getting annoying now? Shut the fuck up. I'm going to talk now. Lester Crest, I appreciate the $10 donation. That's very generous. Thank you. Tigers suck, lions are better. Also, hi. Whatever, dude. Tigers do not suck, asshole. Piss off. Excuse me. Lester Crest, respectfully, I disagree with your opinion, okay? I've got to be a gentleman. Copperzino Prolapse donated too. If you agree you can't control how people think or change how they feel, then why do you think communism works? If you aren't playing a role in being dead serious, if you believe that, then you're an idiot. Respectfully, an idiot. But still an idiot. You're a fucking idiot! Communism is not the problem, dumbass. It's the tyrannical authoritarians that come into office and assume positions of power that ruin communism. Not communism itself at a base level, jackass. Shut the fuck up. I'm not an idiot. You're a fucking idiot, moron. Piss off. Excuse me, I am not an idiot. You are misinformed. Fucking jerk. Prick, fuck you. I mean, please excuse yourself from the stream. Now, etiquette, okay? So if you want to be a gentleman, okay, drop a 111 in the live chat if you would like to hear some ways to be a better gentleman or a gentleman at all. Do we have anyone willing to you know, put themselves out there and say, yeah, I would like to hear some tips from Copper Cab on how to be a gentleman? What does Copper Cab think I should do? Or what are some ways Copper Cab thinks that I could be a gentleman? Drop a 111 in the live chat if you care, if you would like to at least hear my opinion, or hear some tips on how to be a gentleman. Well, regardless of your 111s, I'm going to tell you anyway. So when you're shaking hands, you should not comment on someone's handshake. You shouldn't say, oh, that's a weak handshake, or even a firm handshake. You should just be, you know, you should shake their hand and let that be that. And if you cannot shake their hand, you should explain why. Do not be rude and just refuse a handshake. Now I understand that because of COVID-19 regulations and things like that, it's important to you know, regulate yourself, like regulate that kind of thing and discern whether or not it's appropriate to shake someone's hand. Maybe perhaps put on some gloves, some you know, some plastic gloves to shake hands. I don't know. Maybe that could be rude, but if you're going to do that, explain so they're not offended. Brendan Burns super chatted $1.99 in the live chat, and they left a very ignorant comment that is actually not true, so I'm not going to repeat that comment. They are clearly not a gentleman. Right. So, when shaking hands with a lady, okay, or you know, elderly, blah, 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 let the elderly and let the lady, okay, if it's the elderly or a lady, make sure that they offer their hand first. You don't extend your hand to them. You let them extend their hand to you first. Let them discern whether or not they're comfortable shaking or touching your hand, okay? You shouldn't drink lots of, like, beer, like, crappy stuff. I mean, water, of course, is good for you, but, like, some people that try to teach you how to be a gentleman, some will say avoid spicy food. I don't know about all that. I don't think that food and drinks have anything to do with being a gentleman. I'm talking right now, okay? I'm talking! It makes it hard for me to figure... It makes it hard for me...
I don't wanna suck. Bitch, I'm a cuck.
Excuse me. I am trying to communicate right now. You are making it you're making it difficult, unnecessarily difficult.
Daddy.
For me to get across my thoughts.
3 more cheers for Baldy Locks.
Quit using
Hip, hip,
the fucking
hooray.
bot!
Hip hip, hooray.
Stop it!
Hip hip, hooray. And 1 for luck. Hip hip, hooray. Also, do you like firm handshakes?
Obviously, a firm handshake's a good handshake, okay? Why are you using the bot? It is so unnecessary. Super Killer Carter, I appreciate the $10 donation, but it is, like, not necessary. Copper Ginge donated 2. How to be a gentleman. Step 1, don't be Copper Cab. Class dismissed. Okay. Not really. I'm not really laughing. Fuck off, Copper Ginge. I am a gentleman. You have no idea. Okay. You have no idea. Super Zach donated 2 and said, shut up. Lovely. Lovely person there.
Cowboys in the
Real
showers
classy
at
guy
Ram
there.
Ranch on their knees wanting to suck cowboy cock.
Keith Coster super chatted $2 and said, so when is Aubrey Balder's baby due? She's not having a baby with Harold Balder. Please stop that, okay? And please do not put the fucking Harold Balder emojis in my... I shouldn't have even said that. Never mind. Anyway, Brendan Burns super chatted $1 and put a crying emoji. Whatever, dude. Appreciate the 99-cent super chat, but I don't know why you're leaving rude comments, Brendan. Also, what the fuck is that crying emoji? Are you mocking me? I'm not fucking crying, if that's what you're insinuating, jackass. If you win a game, you should not... I'm just going to try to work in these tips here. if you win a game, you should not flaunt that victory. You should be, you know how they say be a good loser? Like, don't be a sore loser. You should also be a good winner. Do not be a sore winner either. You should not rub that victory into your opponent's face, or, you know, proverbial, don't rub it in. Don't throw a fit if you lose, okay? You should not give up, okay, and quit. And you should just be, overall, a good sport, okay? Anyway, Copper's Ignorant Prolapse donated too and said, no, you're the idiot, Copper Twat. You misspelled idiot. I-D-O-I-T is how you spell idiot. Copper Twat. Like, you're calling me an idiot and you're misspelling the fucking word idiot. Like, what a dumbass. Idiot. The fuck is that? Idiot. Idiot. I-D-O-I-T. What does idiot end with? Sound it out. Idiot. It. I-T. I-D-O-I-T. That's how you spell idiot. You're such a dumb... Anyway, I'm not gonna lay into you too hard here. Learn to spell. You just proved my point. Under communism, everyone is the same, so therefore you can't be better than any of us. It goes against human nature. And it's bound to fail due to human error, and you put the poop in nincompoop. Baboon. I'm not a baboon, I'm not a nincompoop, and I am not poop. I do not put the poop in nincompoop. That is a stupid comment, okay? Just like you're stupid. Also, everyone being equal, that's not the same. That's not the same thing as communism. Okay, communism would provide financial stability to all people and make it so everyone has a job, okay, that they can keep. And would help we would have a good healthy economy then. Okay? It wouldn't just be a couple of companies that are, you know, going bankrupt, taking down all the, you know, citizens, you know, homegrown companies. Like, anyway, I'm not going to talk about communism right now. We're talking about being a gentleman. Please stop with the communism comments. You're, like, stuck on communism. Let it go, bud. Let it go. Like, are you obsessed with communism? I don't know. Like, you certainly seem like it. Harold O'Clock super chatted $5 and said, Baldy Locks has spoken. Now respect his man pecs. Now respect his man pecs and dolphin mating calls. I do not have dolphin mating calls if you're referring to me. Don't call me Baldy Locks. What is this, not Turbo in the live chat? Oh, well, there's their fucking thing. Not Turbo's been a member for 6 months. Lovely. You will never be a gentleman. You are far from one. Fuck off, you idiot. I am a fucking gentleman. Shut the fuck up. You don't know what a gentleman is. Clearly. Jackass. Just shut the fuck up. Excuse me.
It's been a year,
Daddy.
Daddy.
Can we not do this right now?
I really, really miss you. Mommy says you went to the store to get milk. Anyways, I'm failing all my classes. And Mommy hits me very frequently. And she changed my name to Tickle Tipson. Anyways, Daddy, I forgive you for abusing me.
Femboy Friday is the best. Femboy's nuzzle on my chest. Got my Felix body pillow. About to take that bitch to bed. Bitches Femboy Friday. Femboys by my side. They be looking so kawaii. I don't care if you don't like it, ayy.
Baby, I'ma sing for you because I'm into you, and even
waiting for you to be done, then I'll respond to the comment.
I don't really care, I'll still be dreaming.
Stop using the fucking bot!
Copper, I think the problem is that your explosive diarrhea is causing your booty to be blasting off freckles faster than your body can create and or mutate them. As we all know, ginger happiness is based directly on freckle density. Quit
No,
eating
that's not
prunes,
true.
Kay.
Petrick Stir's been a member for 4 months in a row. Lovely. The only people who like communism have never lived in it. Whatever, dude. Whatever. You don't even know what you're talking about, communism. Communism is great. Brass Bus Copper, I think the problem is that your explosive diarrhea... Like, shut up, dude. Shut the fuck up. Explosive diarrhea? Booty to be blasting off freckles faster than your body can create and or mutate them. As we all know, ginger happiness is based directly on freckle density. Not true! Do not spread lies about gingers and freckles, okay? Stop. Super Zach donated 2 and said older streams were better. Don't care. Didn't ask. Super Zach donated 2 again. I'm very sorry, but your facial structure, hair color, and complexion make it very hard to take you seriously. See? So now I know that your comments, previous and new, are just stupid, and you're just trolling and trying to be rude. So now I can just... Shoo, class clown. Shut the fuck up. Go clown somewhere else, you moron. Your opinions mean nothing to me. Clearly, because you're just out to be an insulting fucking troll. You're worse than a troll, you're a class clown. Prick. Anyway. What was I saying? Oh, right, okay. Nails should be trimmed. You should have a nice, neat, great haircut. You should iron your clothing. If you really want to be extra and be a gentleman, you should iron your clothing. Hold on one sec. I'm going to actually... Let me go ahead and screenshot that. Iron your clothing.
There's gonna be some pork in a foot tonight.
No, there is not going to be any porking! Why are you spamming? Why? Why are you... Some annoying girl? Donating to 10? Really? Shut the fuck up. Now. Stop it. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Quit it. I'm trying to teach a class on how to be a gentleman. You're making it fucking difficult. Iron your clothes. Trim your nails. Clean your nails, okay? Clean them. It's okay to get a mani-pedi, okay, gentlemen? But I'm girly. No, you're not girly for getting a mani-pedi. Relax. Like, some of you are nasty. Like, I don't wash my feet in the shower. You should wash your feet. You nasty fucking degenerate. Wash your ass. Wash your feet. Like, get a good shower. Or bath. Whatever. Some of you act like fucking animals. Anyway. No, you know what? No, you don't act like animals. That's an insult to animals. Even a cat will bathe itself. You know, lick. I'm not saying you should lick yourself, by the way, dumbass. You know what? No, if you want to lick yourself to clean yourself off, that's your fucking prerogative, I guess. Fucking weirdos. Anyway. Right. Write letters. Enough with this fucking phone text bullshit. You want to get a lady's attention? Write her a letter. Write her a nice, neat handwriting. See, if you write a woman a nice handwritten letter, you're gonna do several things at once, okay? 1, you're gonna show her that you are willing to put in extra special effort to show her that you like her. Okay? You're going out of your way to take out paper, a pen, write down your thoughts neatly, package it up, send it in the mail. It's traditional, it's classy, it's unusual these days. Immediately it stands out. You stand out to her, and she's not gonna she won't forget that. She'll be like, you know, this guy wrote me a letter in the mail. And her friends are gonna be like, what? Probably take a photo of it, send it to her, some of her friends on Snapchat. I don't know, whatever. If that's what she's like, I don't know. But you're going to be like, they're going to be like, he wrote you a letter. That's so sweet. That is so, like, unusual these days. Now, this isn't meant to be a stream on how to pick up women. I'm just telling you, this is nice. Okay, see some guys in the live chat, Harold O'Clock, Rotten Egg. What is this, the 1800s? Exactly. 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 Some of you are unwilling to mature and to see other opinions and like, oh, maybe that's, you're literally showing everyone in the chat right now that you're not a gentleman. You're not classy. You're not, I don't mean to laugh at you. Like, what is this, the 1800s? Like, it's okay to write a letter sometimes. It makes a girl feel special. It makes her feel like she's worth it. Like she's worth the time and effort that you put in. Like, That's a nice gesture. Instead of texting someone trying to fuck, trying to meet up, to some woman that you like. No, you don't text a woman trying to fuck. Just be like, if you really want to woo someone, if you want to woo a potential partner, not just a piece of action, write her a letter. Look, Brooklyn in the live chat, someone who I do not agree with usually, just wrote, letters are cute, with an emoji with hearts going around it. A nice, classy woman will eat that shit up. But make sure you're doing it with good intentions. You're not just doing it to hook up, because then you're not a gentleman, and you're a manipulative piece of crap. If you're writing a letter to go out of your way to just fuck a girl, that's some psycho shit, okay? That's like some Dennis from It's Always Sunny shit, okay? Like, what kind of Dennis system shit is this? Just be a gentleman, be nice. And if it's a potential partner you're looking to make, not just someone to mate with for a night, then, write her a letter. Write her a nice handwritten letter. And, but here, let me tell you. So this is going to do several things. One, writing a nice girl or a nice woman. I mean, I say girl, I mean woman. But, write a nice woman a letter. You're going to show her several things, okay? You're willing to put in effort and go the extra step that other guys probably wouldn't and not even think about. And it's kind of a traditional thing. It's cute. It's a long lost art, really. 2, and by the way, unlike a text message, she'll have that letter to keep. It'll be something that it'll be tangible, that she'll be able to physically hold and see and hold in her own hands. So right away there's some contact there, okay? That's safe and not weird. And she'll be able to see your handwriting. And it's so classy and traditional and just unique these days. Unfortunately, no one really does it. It's just a nice gesture. And say, maybe that makes her think about you some. And it's like, maybe y'all end up being in a relationship, and one day, years down the line, you're still together, she'll always have that letter. That's a special, special memento. It's significant. It's emotional. It's sweet. It's, very cool. So if you write her a letter, you mail it to her, you put it in a card and you mail it to her, that's so sweet. But that's one thing you'll do with a letter. 2, if you write neatly, you're going to show immediately that you're not, like, you don't have shitty handwriting, okay? A gentleman with neat handwriting, classy. It's going to show that you're kind of educated in a way. Now, you can be very educated and have shitty handwriting. But, neat handwriting is definitely a plus. That's going to stand out. Because a lot of guys, for some reason, don't have good handwriting. I've got great handwriting. That's not even meant to be a brag. It's just, it is what it is. A lot of people would be surprised by that for some reason. I've actually got very decent handwriting when I'm trying. And 3, that's, it's, what was the third thing? Well, anyway, yeah, classy, makes her feel special, and it shows that you're a neat handwriter. You can spray some of your cologne on it. Maybe that might be a little bit extra, a little bit weird, but then she'll get a kind of an idea of how you smell. And smell matters, which goes back to when you want to be a gentleman. Use deodorant. Use a bit of, don't waft yourself with it. Don't bathe yourself in fucking cologne. Make yourself overpowering smell-wise. It's not like you're going to be, like, exhibiting dominance by making people go, oh, gosh, I feel like I just walked into an Abercrombie & Fitch store in the mall. Like, no. You don't want to smell like Abercrombie & Fitch, okay? Just, not literally, not like the cologne, but I mean, like, how it's so strong. What I mean is, cologne. Nice cologne. Maybe something warm. Okay. And deodorant. And proper hygiene. Brush your teeth. Okay? Spend a little bit of time every night and in the mornings brushing your teeth, taking care of yourself. You're going to show yourself respect, and then you're going to command the respect of others around you. You take good care of yourself, you show yourself love, it'll be easy for a girl, or I mean a woman, to fall in love with you. But you gotta love yourself too, okay? You can't just let yourself be sloppy and and don't be afraid to work out a little bit. Okay? Getting in shape is good too. Okay? Again, show yourself some love. Love yourself some. Take yourself to the gym. Wash your hair. Use deodorant. Wash your feet. Get a mani-pedi once a month. Treat yourself, okay? It's okay to date yourself a little bit too. Not literally date yourself, but like take yourself out to get a mani-pedi. Maybe get a massage. Like, not that kind of massage, but you know what I mean? Like, be kind to yourself, and then others might, it'd be easy for others to be kind to you too. People should be kind to you regardless, but you know what I mean. Gordon Stoltzky in the live chat super chatted $1.99 and said South Park said to use Chat GPT. I don't care. I'm not using Chat GPT. Anyway. What is this? Stop bathing in ground beef? Who's bathing in ground beef? What are you talking about? I'm a dickhead. I'm not a fucking dickhead. I don't like that username, because when I read it out loud, it makes me sound like I'm saying I'm a dick. I'm not a dickhead. Anyway, they donated too. I'm reading a comment, Super Zach.
Copper, I can't help it, I'm gonna release it all.
Stop! Can you stop? Like, it sounds like you're jizzing W's. Fucking quit now! And now there's someone moaning in my ear. Lovely. Wow, thank you. Are you done?
You love communism so much? Then get off your pasty, lard-laden blubberlicious caboose and start your own commune. May the seed of Sir Harold be prosperous in the loins of your fair maiden.
Disgusting! That is a disgusting comment, Copper Ginge.
Copper, my daughter just made me aware of how terrifyingly small your nostrils are. How do you breathe? Have you considered nostril enlargement surgery?
Nostril enlargement surgery?
Or something? You should have rhinoplasty on your baby nostrils ASAP.
Titanium, you have a daughter? Anyway, God bless your whole family. Alright? No, I'm not even joking. Seriously, God bless your whole family. God bless everybody, really. Here's the thing. My nostrils are fine. Normal size, okay? So I don't know what you're talking about. I breathe just fine. But anyway, moving on. Copper Ginge, okay, saying, may the seed of Sir Harold be prosperous in the loins of your fair maiden. What? Like, I'm laughing, but, because, like, the way you said that was actually quite humorous, but it's also fucking disturbing. And I'm gonna ask you not to say some shit like that again. Thank you. Fucking weird ass. Like, who says that? May the seed of Sir Harold be prosperous in the loins of your fair maiden. What kind of fucking Dungeons and Dragons kinky weird ass shit is this? Copper Ginge, go fuck yourself. You fucking weirdo. Take Harold's face out of my live chat now. I don't need rhinoplasty. Don't call me a rhino. I'm not that fat. Fuck you. Super Zach, Copper, I can't help it. I'm gonna release it all. Like you saying like you're like you're like coming W's. That's so weird, dude. Stop. Anyway, I'm a dickhead donated too and said, fuck learning how to be a gentleman. Let's have a debate on communism or do video reactions for an hour instead. No. Fuck off. Copper Ginge. No more of that Sir Harold shit, okay? Stop that. Gross. That's weird. And I don't love communism. I'm just like, some people are really weird. Like, they just hate communism. You know why? Because they heard someone on Fox News say they hated communism. Like, you get all your opinions from some random scrub on the internet. And then you, like, regurgitate it. But about the gentleman stuff, Cameron44 said, that is actually some good advice, Copper. Okay, so some people, that's actually some good advice. Copper, on a real note, you are a good content creator, but sometimes everyone needs to laugh, and you do a damn fine job at it. I'm not a fucking comedian. Stop. Follow your own advice. What are you talking about? I wouldn't be giving advice if I wasn't a gentleman. I am a gentleman, so I can give this advice. William says, genuinely good advice. Jeremy L says, guy gets married, now an expert. Making sense, though. See, people know. People know. People know. My advice is good. Even people that are like class clowns and like rotten eggs, they're like starting to admit, like, Copper Caps making some solid points. I mean, obviously I'm making solid points. I'm a genius. Genious. Genius. You gotta know. You gotta understand. And you know what? That's very mature of you. It's very mature, and it shows that you're not just like a hive mind and you're following the crowd. You're a class clown or a rotten egg, and you're willing to admit publicly too that you're like, oh no, I agree with some of what Copper's saying. I actually agree with these opinions. This is actually solid, good advice. That shows individuality. You're individual. You know, you're an individual. You're independently minded. You're not a part of the mob or the crowd. You know, the mob think or whatever, group think, or like the, disregard those comments. What I'm trying to say is the not mob mentality. You know, I don't even know if hive mind's a good way of putting it, but you know, you're just not following the crowd, okay? And that's good. That's good. That shows that you're shows you have some maturity. That's impressive to me. Which, I mean, it's not really setting a super high bar here, but I'm saying for the whole group. But you stand out and I'm not just saying like because you complimented me or you're agreeing with me. That doesn't mean that you're special. But it shows me that you're willing to be like, oh no, you're not just like one of those people that just like hates everything I say just because it's me. Because then it's like I shouldn't even bother considering your opinion worth matter. Like it's not worth anything. If you're always gonna hate me or hate things that I say just because it's coming out of my mouth, you're not really considering the things that I'm saying. So I shouldn't value your opinion on that subject matter because you're just gonna and be mean. That's all. So I've started to learn that. Like, okay, whose opinions should I actually value in the chat? Oh, people that aren't just hating to hate. Okay. There are some people in the live chat that might be critical of me and not agree with me, but they're not just being mean all the time. Some people are actually nice sometimes, and that makes me go, okay, well, maybe they're an asshole 99% of the time, but there are those, you know, rare occasions where we agree, and they're not afraid to admit that. And so that makes me go, okay, all right. We don't agree on many things, but they're at least an individual, and I can respect that. Like I'm friends with people that I don't agree with. Cameron? Cameron? Do you know Cameron, people? I'm friends with Cameron. He's one of my best friends. In fact, we consider each other brothers. Cameron is like a brother to me. You all know we do not agree on everything. In fact, Cameron and I do not agree on most things. I still have respect for him. He still has respect for me. And we are still like brothers. But we don't agree. Not politically. Not about women. Not about a lot of things. Cameron's much more like all of you. But I lived with Cameron. Like, I traveled with Cameron. in Venice and Florence and Rome and Bristol and London and Birmingham and all over England and Italy, and we were, you know, fine. Didn't have any physical fights, no problems at all, really, at all. Very, very minimal, if not any, drama. Got along fine. Doesn't mean that we agree. Doesn't mean he can't fucking piss me off sometimes and pick on me, like joke with me. But at the end of the day, we're still brothers and we hug it out, or we just chill and have some chicken and chill. Have some chicken and kick it, you know, at the crib or somewhere else. Watch some Star Wars, watch some Mandalorian, watch some, you know, whatever. Play some World of Warcraft or something together. Like, it's fine. Not a big deal. You don't have to agree with everyone about everything. William says, keep doing what you're doing, Copper. Love the positive energy. Thanks, William. You can be very different and still get along, of course. I watch that St. Patrick's video every year. We all love Cameron. I don't hate you, but at least you're trying to make some sense sometimes. I appreciate that, Aaron. I think I make sense all the time, but whatever. Could sleep to that. What is this? I like calm Copper. What? Could sleep to that voice? Well, thank you very much. I am calm. Brooklyn said, your voice is nice when you're not screaming at us. I don't scream at you. I raise my voice sometimes. I'm not screaming. Very calm. Whatever. Smirk says, I like calm Copper. Whatever. I appreciate the compliments, but they seem a little bit backhanded, okay? Because you're insinuating that I'm not usually calm. I am usually calm. I just get rightfully upset with all of you. Some annoying girl donated 3 and said, I want a 4-way. Oh my gosh. See, this is not classy. I want a 4-way, a good time with our... You know what? Let me do this right. If we're going to do this, let me at least do it right, okay? Set the fire. Get a little bit of Merlot. A little bit of red wine. Baby, you're fine. Wine and dine. You so fine. You on my mind all the time. And you shine. Let's read a little comment here from some annoying girl. Give it a 3.
I want a 4-way, a good time with our wife, Cyrus the Herald. You can be the ball boy who puts sunscreen on. That sound good enough with you, Cabby Patty? Please don't stare and stay out, okay? We want a good time, not a bad time with a raging lunatic. Okay, I'm not a raging lunatic! Do I seem like a raging lunatic? I'm not a raging lunatic! Fuck you! Yeah, you are annoying! Some annoying girl! Mean comment! I don't like it! Prick. Fuck you. Anyway, no, I'm not gonna be putting... you want me to be the ball boy who puts on the sunscreen? No. I'm not your fluffer. I'm not Fluffer Cab. I'm Finisher Cab. Well, no, I'm not Finisher Cab either. Like, can y'all just, like, not... Stop with the sexual shit, okay? Fucking weird. You're not gonna be 4-waying with Aubrey. Can y'all all stop referring to Aubrey as our wife? You're not going to do that. Who the fuck cares? This is the funniest thing I've seen in a long time. Lovely. You know what? Anybody, if you want to submit some, you know what? If For the people that like to donate and things like that, which, by the way, again, like I've always said, I appreciate. I just don't appreciate the rude comments and disrespect. Why don't you, like, write something funny or something, you know, fun I can read with the fire and the wine right there. I can dim the lights and, like, maybe submit some, what do they call it? Fanfic? Yeah, maybe submit some fanfic. That would be, you know what, that'll be a good, you know, I'll do that. Maybe I can do that for a stream tomorrow. Maybe I can sit down, I can write some fanfic, and, or maybe we have some people submit fanfic on the Discord server, and then we can do a big voice group chat, a big group chat on Discord, and then everyone can, each person gets a role, and then they can read it out loud, and I can even get Aubrey in the voice chat, and Aubrey can read a role. Like, Aubrey can voice Aubrey, I can voice Copper Cab, or whatever, I don't know. And then we can have we can do like a whole thing, like an audio play, a radio, a play, a fanfic play. That would be so much fun. That'd be creative. An hour and a half long, big, just, you know, huge fanfic movie. I don't know about hour and a half long, but just don't make it sexual, okay, with the fanfics. Be wholesome. A nice, wholesome fanfic. Okay? Fun. And I'm going to say this one time, okay? No, I'm not going to say it one time. I'm going to tell you right now, though. Don't include Harold Balder, Gavin McInnes, Count Dankula, Alex Jones, or Based Giga Chad. Do not include any of those 5. Be a disaster? No, it will not be a disaster. Shut up. You can't drop a music video? Imagine waiting for a movie, y'all. What are you talking about? I'm not talking about an actual movie, Titanium. Keep up, bud. Keep up. Keep up, buddy. We're talking about a radio play. I'm comparing it to, like, a movie. Like, the length of a movie. Like, an hour and a half. Some of y'all are just fucking dumb. And by some of y'all, Titanium Taxi and Brass Bus. Anyway. Okay, other gentleman stuff. Okay. Family should come first. Okay. A big one is, now I know I'm gonna get some laughs in the live chat from this one. Not really, and you shouldn't laugh at me. Always be on time. Okay, yes, I know. I'm aware of the hypocrisy. Okay. Always be on time. But when I say that, I don't mean like, whatever. I guess it does apply to streams too, technically. But really, I mean, like, always be on time to a place if you're, like, a meeting or, like, a restaurant or, like, you're meeting up with people or friends or whatever. You should be on time. Hold the door open for people, of course. That's, as I alluded to earlier and I talked about. You should not cuss a lot. Keep your language clean. Like you keep yourself clean. Hygiene. Okay. You should be respectful to other gentlemen and ladies and people in general of all genders. You know, you should be respectful to all people. People all around you, not just the woman that you're on a date with. Be respectful to the bartender. Be respectful to the waiter, the waitress. Be respectful to people that are passing you by. If someone tries to chat with you or says something, you don't have to have some big conversation. Just be respectful. You don't have to have some big conversation. You can excuse yourself. You can excuse yourself respectfully. You know, just good manners. Don't cuss. Be polite. Be respectful. It's very simple. You know, be dependable. Be a good listener. That's a big one. Everybody these days wants to talk all the time. Okay. It's rare. Unfortunately, seemingly anyway. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong here, but it's rare to find a good listener. Sometimes people just want to be heard and be listened to. You know, everybody else is talking. If you just shh and listen,
you're gonna actually stand out. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you a trick here. The longer you are, the longer that you're quiet, the more weight your words will hold. Now I know it's like, oh, I'm talking a lot, but that's because I'm streaming. It's different. You don't engage, you don't talk to, you don't know me offline. Now, it's not that I'm like some different individual, some different, wildly different person, but I'm saying like, yeah, you're one to talk. I'm streaming. What? Let me just sit here and be quiet. Like, I'm not listening to, I'm not talking to anyone. If I was in a room with other people, like Aubrey, if Aubrey was in here and whatever, it'd be different. But like, if you are, the longer you're quiet when you're like with a group of friends, the longer you are not adding things into the conversation, or like, when you talk, people will be more inclined to listen because they're like, oh wait, what did they say? So your words will hold more weight. The less you say, the more impactful what you say could be. Not saying that it will be, because you could just say some dumb shit, but it's like, oh whoa, what did they say? It matters. It's big. Stoicism, being stoic. Not letting things bother you, getting unnecessarily upset. Do not let somebody else dominate your emotions. Do not give somebody permission to make you feel like you're lesser, because you're not. And if someone's trying to make you feel negative or lesser, automatically their opinions should be discounted and considered completely irrelevant, because you are not lesser than them. And them trying to bring you down only shows that they are not lesser, but not worth considering. Like, don't consider their opinion, because they're not gentlemen, they're not ladylike, they're not classy, and they're shitty to do that to you, or try to do that to you. So don't give them permission to make you feel bad, because who gives a shit what they think? They're shitty people if they're trying to do that to you. Unless it's like actual warranted criticism. Don't conflate is conflate the right word? Combine? Like, don't, criticism and bullying are two different things. Someone being critical of something that you've done, and maybe you've made a mistake, that's not, you shouldn't just ignore everyone's opinion if they're not being sweet and nice to you. Sometimes somebody might say something that's a bit sharp, and maybe comes across maybe even a little bit rude, but their intentions are pure, and they're being critical of you, but they're not trying to be rude and mean and spiteful of you. They're just trying to just say, hey, you did this, you could have done it this way, or this, or that. Even if you didn't ask for their opinion, doesn't mean that they're, they don't have to, they might not be very gentlemanly the way they're going on about it, but, everyone's different, and everyone has different levels of maturity. Everyone's on a different kind of journey in life. But, be willing to hear people out. But if someone's clearly if you're able to discern the difference, and you figure out that someone's just trying to be rude and belittle you and mock you or be mean and negative, then don't worry about their opinion, because it does not matter, because they're being shitty and rude and mean. But if someone's being critical of you and trying to offer up some constructive criticism, be willing to hear them out. Don't be belligerent and arrogant and unwilling to hear opinions that might differ from your own or might be critical of you. It's important for self-growth to be willing to hear people out when they have a criticism. It's perfectly okay. Just handle it in a healthy manner. Don't act childish. Do not lash out. Okay? You can actually, I struggle sometimes when people are critical of me. See, now look, I'll be a little bit humble here. You're gonna be like, oh, what Cobber's saying that he's not perfect. I'm gonna be detailed here, okay? I have a problem with not critiques, but like, if somebody is upset and they're upset because of me, I tend to react defensively. And I take it almost like as an attack or as an insult, which it's hard not to when they're saying something that, you know, you've done wrong. And I was legitimately in the wrong. And it's not healthy. It's not a healthy way to react to that. It's not at all. I've got to work on that. I've got to work on a bit of my emotional maturity. I get upset and angry and defensive when somebody's like, you know, you did this and it hurt, it upset me. Because I immediately, I'm like on the defensive side. I'm like, what, why are you, you know what I mean? So I can overreact. And it only makes things worse. And I always end up apologizing. Because I can be, I'm apologetic. But I would like to just not have it get to that point. And so I've got to work on my emotional maturity and on that skill. Yeah. I've also got to get better coping mechanisms. You know, I get angry sometimes, and I don't punch people, but I have punched things. Like when I was younger, I had some problems, you know, and I would like at high school, when I was in high school, I would often make my fists, my knuckles bleed by punching brick walls. I know that sounds crazy. I've never told anyone that before. And that could be considered a form of self-harm. It wasn't really like that. I was not cutting or anything. Trigger warning. I've never done that, and I never will. And I'm sorry if anyone's going through that. That's terrible, and you should seriously, and I mean this in a respectful way, you should seek help. Seriously. And but like, yeah, I would punch brick walls, and you know, to this day, I have a tendency, not a tendency because I never do it, but like there's been a couple times where I've like gotten physical with an object, an inanimate object, out of anger, and I'd like to not do that. I need to work on better coping mechanisms when I'm upset, and I can say that right now because I'm clear-headed. But when I'm really angry and upset and frustrated, it's harder to think that way. And it takes constraint, physical constraint, and being willing to not separate, but like get through that fog of anger, of immaturity, of like, I mean, not really immaturity necessarily, but you know, you just gotta work on yourself. Being a gentleman also entail like if you want to be a gentleman, be willing to work on parts of yourself that need to be worked on. Okay, that's really, let me just boil it down to that, because I'm starting to ramble, and I don't like to ramble too much, because I'll actually annoy myself doing that. Kawaii K 3.0 super chatted $2 and said, "Hi, Copper," and put a smiley face and an upside down smiley face. Hello. Cool username, Kawaii. Kawaii. I appreciate the super chat. It's very nice of you. Very generous. But anyway, you know, we're not perfect. We're human. We make mistakes, and that's okay. But it's also important to be able to admit when you've done something wrong and be willing to work on that. Don't be so prideful that you're unwilling to accept culpability in an argument or a mistake or a problem or something that's happened. Don't be immature. Work on maturity. Work on taking responsibility. Being a mature adult, a gentleman, means being responsible for yourself and your actions, and being willing to accept your part of the blame of things. Okay? Be a good listener. Like I said, the less you say in a conversation, sometimes it means that the more weight your words can hold. Be polite. Be loving. Be humble. Okay? I know be charitable. Okay? Be complimentary.
You don't have to lay it on too thick, but you can also be complimentary. And, you know, like when I'm in public, if I see something that's nice about somebody, and I'm very good at reading the room. You can tell if someone's just not approachable or not wanting to be approached in a certain way. But you can also, you don't have to like go and hug someone, but you can just like make a passive compliment. That's not like flirtatious. You know, there's a way to do it if you know how to read body language. But hey, I like your earrings. Those are nice. Oh, nice. I like your nails. Nice nails. Those are cool. Like when I go to a gas station, maybe the clerk, maybe she's got nice nails. I'm like, oh, I like your nails. Those are nice. Just something simple. And, you know, and of course I wear my wedding ring, so that probably helps. But I don't even say it in a flirtatious way. But it's nice to be complimentary to people. It makes people feel good. Makes people smile, and that's a good thing to do. Oh, hey, Aubrey. Preach. What up, Aubrey? Anyway, yeah. You shouldn't abandon ship in a relationship. You should be willing to work on a relationship. You should be willing to, you know, not just close the door on something at the first hint of a problem. If you really like a girl, you know, work on it. Don't just give up. Don't be weak and just give up. If you want the relationship, you know, relationships take work. And you figure that out as you get older. And you got to find that person that's worth working with, you know. I would say it's probably good to date before settling down. Figure out what you like, but then we're getting into territory where it's like, you know, I don't know about all that, because you could find that one person that you want to spend the rest of your life with, the first person you date, the first person you meet, like that, you know? And that could just be the one. Some people find arranged marriages incredibly successful. I don't know. It's not my culture, but, I mean, hey. Look at the divorce rate. I'm pretty sure it's not that big, not that bad. I don't know. I could be wrong about all that, though. It's not my culture. I can't really speak too much on it. It's not that I can't. I just don't want to. Aubrey in the live chat said, Michael compliments literally everyone in public. Yeah. I'm really good to. I'm very nice. Like, I'll compliment people if I notice something, and she'll tell you. I know how to say it where it's not confrontational or like, ugh. Like, I'm really good at reading people and discerning, like whether or not they're able to be complimented. Sometimes you'll compliment someone and they don't really respond in a pleasant way. Give them the benefit of the doubt, or don't. But it's better to just assume that they're having a bad day, and maybe they are just not in the mood to talk, or be, you know, they don't owe you anything. You're going out of your way to compliment them, but that doesn't mean that they owe you a pleasant response. You know, it doesn't mean that they don't appreciate it. Maybe they do, and they're just not in a really good mood. Maybe they're depressed. Maybe they recently lost a loved one and they're just in a terrible fucking mood. Maybe they're in a funk. You never know what someone's going through. You never do. You never do what's going on in their head. So, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't be nice. Even if they're kind of like a bit standoffish or a bit, you know, but I mean, if they're standoffish, don't like press forward. Don't press on and like try to like bully them into responding to you. Don't continuously throwing compliments at them if they don't seem responsive or receptive. Know when to kind of like back off. Because that's kind of a compliment in a way too. Knowing that, okay, well, they're clearly not social or they're not in a good mood, so give them space. Don't let your ego get like offended and be like, well, I have to like press on and try to make them smile or laugh or something. It's like, maybe they're just not in the good mood, you know? Be willing to give them the space that they're clearly wanting. Not everyone is going to react the way you want them to a compliment or any kind of like, you know, not advancement. That sounds sexual or romantic, but you know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, be willing to read the room and know when to kind of back off. You know what I mean?
Social justice, 1, 2, 3.
Anyway.
I wanna be PC. It's just the way to be for me and you. Your hateful slurs are through.
And now I'm telling you to back the fuck off.
We don't need gentleman
Ethan,
lessons.
read
from
the room!
Lou WHO always whinnies and throws tantrums whenever he doesn't get his way and gets
I
offended
do not
at every
throw
little thing like a
tantrums!
typical
Shut
redneck
up!
that's not
I
very
do not
gentlemanlike, as
throw
well as eating
tan-
your girlfriend's food.
Shut up! I do not throw fucking tantrums. I am not a man-child. I'm sick of those fucking comments. Quit it! Prick! Idiots! Idiots! Jerks! Morons! Lamos! Idiots! Fuck you! Ethan Coe! I do not throw temper tantrums! I'm sick of people saying that about me. It's not true. I don't throw tantrums whenever I don't get my way. Fuck you, Ethan! And you don't use the bot. One more smart-ass comment out of you and you'll be cut off from the bot, jerk. Read the room. Idiot! Fuck you. Anyway, moving on. You should always keep your language clean. And not throw tantrums, and don't let don't let people piss you off and get you upset and get you all worked up. You should be composed. You should be well spoken. Don't cuss. Don't let people get you upset. Like, don't let people get you pissed off and like stomping around. You should be composed and be a gentleman, okay? It's really not that fucking hard. Fucking moron. Be charitable. That's a good one. Be compassionate. Apologetic. Anyway, I'm fucking done here. Fuck this shit. I'll be streaming tomorrow. We'll be talking about some other shit. Have a good night, yo. You got me fucking pissed off now. Fuck you, Ethan.